Oh, Kyle, maybe.
I was gonna say, like, you know, Steve-O's always like doing something fun. I think he was on Rogan recently, so that's why I got some clips. But I guess he was on a show with some MMA fighters, and they like had them give him cauliflower ear. So he like lays on the floor, and there's like what looked like in the photograph. Pull it up, Zach. Pull up. Steve-O gets cauliflower ear, and maybe you'll find the image I'm thinking of, but I'm describing. But he's like lying on the floor, and it looks like a piece of like gym equipment. So there's like a metal bar on the floor, and he's got it on the back of his ear. Like he's laid his ear onto it, and somebody's about to strike his ear with an object. I don't know. I didn't look into it any further, but it looked pretty rough. I know that awful. Like Jim Norton, when he has fighters on, he'll have him choke him and like punch him full force and shit, like because he's not only a little freak, but he's a fan. So
is that Steve-O's ear? It looks like Steve-O's ear.
Oh God, I hope not.
Don't show this. Don't show.
Zach,
oh my God,
picture, Zach, the before, not the after.
Oh my God,
why is it translucent?
Oh,
is that cartilage? Is that what the inside of our ear looks like?
Is that what we look like on the inside?
I hate this, Zach. I can't believe you linked this.
Well, that's closer to what I was asking. Yeah. See, his is laying on the there with there's
he's
a metal
holding
bar
it between two plates. I think.
Oh my God, no! I
the
see
road
that
to
now.
cauliflower ear, like it's a let's play.
Dude,
we're about to speed run a cauliflower ear, guys.
Yeah, speed running cauliflower.
And
that's what he did.
Doing.
Yeah. Part
that's
one of
so
one.
Awful. That's so awful.
The 45-pound plates.
Isn't the skin wrapped around the cartilage?
I can't tell, but
I don't want to look at
that
it
ear looks mutilated. Like he went too far. Those
it looks like barbecue sauce.
He's lucky he didn't mince it off, like pinch his ear off.
Amongst wrestlers, cauliflower ear is a trophy almost. Yeah, you know, it's a point of pride. It's a trophy. It signifies that you spent a lot of time in the gym wrestling. High schoolers, where I went to high school, would put their head in a doorway and close the door on their
Jesus.
Fingers. Yeah,
y'all crazy.
They didn't just wrestle more.
I think they wore the protection while wrestling.
I can just see this. What that dude? That's so lame. This is what I saw. Yep.
Wait, okay.
See the hammer?
They're gonna hammer his ear?
Oh, I see the hammer now.
Oh, it's hammer time. That's a UFC championship belt. Who's hammering him?
Oh my God.
All right, so
I don't care for this.
Is Leon Edwards is Leon Edwards hammering him?
Let's talk about snuff film.
Yeah, I don't like this because I really like Steve-O.
Is that the welterweight champion of the world?
John Jones. Are you guessing or are you right?
Zach just said it was John Jones.
It makes so much sense that it is John Jones because who else would hit Steve-O in the fucking head with a hammer but John Jones?
It was John Jones. Wow.
Holy fucking shit.
I like that he put the championship belt in the picture.
Look how
he's all.
Oh my God.
You'd have to give me that motherfucker after some shit like that.
He does have a chiseled jaw though.
I want John's belt. I don't want that $800 replica that's a piece of shit off the internet. I can't remember which fighter, but they had him holding that replica, and you could the other guy was like, "Mine's real. What the fuck is that?"
Here, I can read like from this article.
Okay.
So the last Steve-O says Jones then took a hammer and things went south from there. We'll start at the interesting part. So the last thing we did on one of his workout machines, I put my ear on the metal base bar. He continued. He put his light heavyweight championship belt and he puts it on my ear on this metal thing, and he's hitting it with a hammer. A full-blown Home Depot hammer, and it seems like everything's cool. And in the footage, the hammer hits it, and all of a sudden, just one hit, blood just splatters from underneath his belt. We all freaked out. We look, and sure enough, my ear is blasted to where a whole piece of my ear is just hanging down. And it's the most intense thing you've ever seen. We got a pair of scissors and just chopped off this whole piece of my ear. John did it. John chopped it. Just one piece.
Wow.
That's
John Jones hit him in the head with a hammer and then cut the ear off that was dangling with a pair of scissors. John Jones is so scary, y'all.
That is psychotic behavior.
That's insane.
Like Taylor,
who would
you don't
do that
understand.
even if asked?
Taylor, I know we can be a bit hyperbolic when it comes to fighters and like, oh, this guy's the best, that guy's the best. John Jones is the guy. He's never lost a fight, and he's been the champion since he was 22 years old. He's 30-something now, like well into his 30s now.
Yeah.
He's never lost a fight. He destroys people for a living, and he's the guy cut his fucking ear. Oh, that's so fucking awful, dude.
That's awful.
If
That's
you're
gotta
listening
be
to this and
extremely
you don't,
painful.
if you're listening to this and you don't mind gore, you should try to find the pictures of poor Steve-O's ear because they're really, really gross. They're like bad. Like way
He's
worse
never
than you
gonna
think.
look. His ear's never gonna be normal. It's gonna
Whatever
be
you
fucked.
think Steve-O's ear looks like, it's twice as bad.
Yeah,
It looks like a
It's-
hyena got to it.
it is like if you just showed me that image, I'd be like, oh, is this like practical effects from a Rob Zombie movie?
It looks to me like a war injury, like a bomb went off or something. Like his skin was like blasted off by like an explosion or something. It's so gross. Oh my god! And that's so. I stood up one time in bed, and the ceiling fan was on, and it clapped me in the ear against my head, like the fan did. And it was one of the more intense pains I've ever felt. Like it dropped. I like dropped to the bed and just went, oh, fuck. Like for a long time, it was this intense, sharp pain in the side of my head, like in my ear and in the side of my head. And I can't imagine what it'd be like if you let that motherfucker hit you in the head with a hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, that had to be so excruciating. What's wrong with that man?
Yeah.
He's sober.
He's rich.
He's rich and sober.
Like he's rich and sober.
This is just what he likes to do. Live and let live, I say.
And look, I guess we all clicked this and we're talking about it now, but like, God, how much money could that possibly be worth?
Not about the money. It can't be about the money.
Oh, it's not about the notoriety either. I know Steve-O's a badass. I watched him since I was a kid.
Yeah, we all know that he's hardcore and he just keeps going back to the well.
Not once has Steve-O ever went, I'm thinking about like piercing my chest just right through the middle. And someone was like, oh, you're a pussy. You won't do it. No one's ever said that to Steve-O. Everyone believes him when he says, and everyone around him has to always be like, nah, man, how about let's go to the movies today. Let's do that instead. How about an ice cream, Steve-O? Let's do that instead.
I want to chop my dick off.
Let's eat
I'm
my
Steve-O,
dick.
and this is self-castration.
Just
cutting his dick off.
I mean, they did a butt chug on Jackass.
No
like,
big
I'm
deal.
Steve-O, this is the butt chug, and like you could die doing that, dude. Like
no, you can die from like hard liquor, but
he
like
sprayed it out easy, like right away.
Yeah, and one beer.
No, what was he doing? I
think he was doing beer.
He poured beer up his ass. Dude, I'll butt chug a beer every day for the rest of my life before I let John Jones hit me in the head with a fucking hammer and ruin my ear like that.
1,000,000%. Absolutely.
Like you'd be fine with it after a week. You'd be like, yeah, let's do it. You know what? I'm much more regular now.
This is what I do before bed. is get like weirdly fucked up in my ass. Like,
I can't come without it. Yeah.
You sleep so good. Yeah. But I'm not letting John Jones give me cauliflower ear with a fucking hammer and his belt.
And John Jones isn't the guy. Like
there are no guys. There's no guy.
Yeah, okay, you're right. But like
Elijah Wood.
There are people in the UFC who might be nice to you, right? Like I might trust Dustin Poirier. I'd roll with Dustin Poirier. I believe that I could roll with Dustin Poirier and be safe in the same way that a child could roll with me, and I would make sure not to hurt them. John's not that guy. John will hurt you.
You know what? You're 100% right, because here's the thing that we're not even considering. We're all focused on how crazy Steve-O is to ask John Jones to give him cauliflower ear. John Jones said yes, and not only that,
like a brute.
Not only that, clearly he hit him like way too hard.
See, that's what happened. That's Jocko Willink syndrome. He's going too hard in the paint. He's got to chill out a little bit.
Do they have
if you have the power to destroy, I don't want to watch a video of it.
I kind of do.
I kind of do. You want to see his ear explode into viscera?
I want to know if you can hear the metal twang as he's doing it.
Oh, I bet you do. Because if it like chopped part of his ear off and doing it, it definitely hit the metal.
You know who heard it really well? Steve-O.
Yeah. What does it sound like, Steve-O? Yeah, it's just so loud.
It sounds like.
You just say what? Poor Steve-O.